I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Governor of Florida Ron DeSantis has stepped into it in Magaworld, basically mocking Donald Trump for paying hush money to a porn star to secure silence over some type of alleged affair. That's a direct quote from Ron DeSantis. This all happened during a press conference that Ron DeSantis was hosting. Ron DeSantis was asked several questions, including what his view was of the criminal investigation by the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. DeSantis began with his usual routine about attacking Democratic prosecutors as being Soros funded, but then he said, I don't really have enough time to be focused on these prosecutors, even though, by the way, that's basically where he spends his entire time on, manufacturing this whole woke thing and focusing on eliminating woke prosecutors. But in any event, then DeSantis goes on to say, look, I don't know what goes into paying hush money to a porn star. Here, play this clip.
From the Florida Standard, we wanted to know what your thoughts are on the rumored Trump indictment and if you have any role in it. If charges are brought on him, will you have any role in extradition to New York?
So I've seen rumors swirl. I have not seen any facts yet, and so I don't know what's going to happen. But I do know this, the Manhattan District Attorney is a Soros-funded prosecutor. And so he, like other Soros-funded prosecutors, they weaponize their office to impose a political agenda on society at the expense of the rule of law and public safety. He has downgraded over 50% of the felonies to misdemeanors. He says he doesn't want to even have jail time for the vast, vast majority of crimes. And what we've seen in Manhattan is we've seen the crime rate go up, and we've seen citizens become less safe. And so you're talking about this situation with, and look, I don't know what goes into paying hush money to a porn star to secure silence over some type of alleged affair. I can't speak to that. But what I can speak to is that if you have a prosecutor who is ignoring crimes happening every single day in his jurisdiction, and he chooses to go back many, many years ago to try to use something about porn star hush money payments, that's an example of pursuing a political agenda and weaponizing the office. And I think that that's fundamentally wrong.
Then after saying that, Governor DeSantis said, look, I'm not dealing with this political circus. I'm having nothing to do with this at all. I'm not engaging. Play this clip.
Be involved in this. I have no interest in getting involved in some type of manufactured circus by some Soros DA. Okay? He's trying to do a political spectacle. He's trying to virtue signal for his base. I've got real issues I got to deal with here in the state of Florida. We're obviously shutting down CBDC, which is important. We've got so many things pending in front of the legislature. I've got to spend my time on issues that actually matter to people. I can't spend my time worrying about things of that nature. So we're not going to be involved in it in any way. I'm fighting for Floridians, and I'm fighting back against Biden. That's what I do every single day.
So I don't know there if Ron DeSantis thought he could have his cake and eat it too. On the one hand, do his normal, woke prosecutors, while then also attacking Donald Trump. But Magaworld has been utterly incensed at Ron DeSantis here. Let me just show you a sample of some of the statements that have come out from Magaworld. The first is from one of the main spokespeople from Donald Trump. Let me read to you what she said. She put out the following statement. Are you kidding me? Say his name, all in caps. What a total fraud he is, referring to Ron DeSantis. He takes a dig at President Trump, who is being falsely accused and can't even say his name. It proves DeSantis is totally fine with a third world nation arresting their number one political opposition, not MAGA. Ron DeSantis is learning very quickly and very clearly what it means to be a part of a cult that he helped create. If you attack the cult leader in any way, the cult will attack you back. Here is another statement. This one is from Don Jr. Don Jr. says, so DeSantis thinks that Dems weaponizing the law to indict President Trump is a manufactured circus and isn't a, quote, real issue. Pure weakness. Now we know why he was silent silent all weekend. He's totally owned by Karl Rove, Paul Ryan, and his billionaire donors. 100% controlled opposition. You see, if you're not in the cult, you are therefore a rhino. If you don't worship Donald Trump, you are a rhino, you are a cockroach, you are something other. That is what it means to be a MAGA Republican in 2023. I'll go to another statement. This one's from Eric. You got all the Trump family members all posting various things. This is what Eric writes. Eric goes, until that day where they do the exact same thing to him, his friends and his family, at which time he will neither have the backbone nor the resources to fight off the corrupt system. He's not the guy I thought that he was. And look, even Donald Trump came in. Donald Trump, though, posted a MeidasTouch exclusive that we broke over a year ago, where we received photographs of Ron DeSantis partying with underage girls at the school where DeSantis taught back in the day when DeSantis had graduated from college. This was a school where he was a history teacher, and from some of the people who attended the parties, they had told us that he would attend these parties, he would show up, he would drink with the girls. And so our story was exclusive. Ron DeSantis partied with underage girls at a drinking party while teaching at a Georgia school. And Donald Trump responded, Ron DeSanctimonious will probably find out about false accusations and fake stories sometime in the future as he gets older, wiser, and better known when he's unfairly and illegally attacked by a woman, even classmates that are, quote, underage, or possibly a man. I'm sure he will want to fight these misfits just like I do. And then Donald Trump had originally posted, Ron will probably find out about this sometime in the future when he's unfairly and illegally attacked by a woman or possibly a man with false accusations. He then removed that post and then posted the longer post with the MeidasTouch story in it as well. This is Steve Bannon right here. And Steve Bannon on his right-wing propaganda network has this message for Ron DeSantis. Play this clip.
Governor DeSantis, you're better than this. That was a weasel approach. And don't throw in the thing about the porn star. I don't need to hear it from you, okay? Don't need to hear it, okay? Mike Lindell, the Election Crime Bureau report, sir.
Well, first of all, DeSantis is the Trojan horse we thought he was. I just want to put that out there, how disgusting he is. Remember, everybody, he met with Dominion lawyers on figuring out a way to make it easier to sue people for defamation like MyPillow and Mike Lindell. If they arrest our great President Donald Trump, hands down, he wins the 2024 election.
And there you have Bannon and Mike Lindell, both people who aided and abetted and were largely responsible for the insurrection against our democracy. They're calling DeSantis a Trojan horse. DeSantis is the Trojan horse that we thought he was, calling what DeSantis is engaged in as a weasel approach. And going back to the DeSantis speech, as I mentioned, DeSantis's whole thing is attacking prosecutors who he claims is woke, even though he doesn't know how to define woke. None of his staff knows how to define woke, and it's just a racist dog whistle. But here, Ron DeSantis taking this dig at Donald Trump, referring to the payment of hush money to porn stars to secure silence, and immediately getting the backlash from Magaworld for not doing what you're supposed to do in the cult, which is be obedient to Donald Trump. And again, when you look at a lot of these statements coming out from Magaworld too, where they keep referring to Donald Trump as president, he's not the president. He is a traitor. He is a desperate and weak traitor who is about to be criminally indicted. And we're going to see what happens in Manhattan, but then we're going to see criminal indictments soon thereafter come out of Fulton County, Georgia, and also special counsel Jack Smith. And it is interesting to note, though, and I'll say this in closing, that Donald Trump's final thoughts before getting criminally indicted is that he wants to attack MeidasTouch. Glad we're living rent-free in your head. Shout out to the Meidas Mighty. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're on our way to 1 million subscribers thanks to your awesome support. We're marching to 1 million. Help us get there to 1 million subscribers. And look, the fact that we're getting to 1 million million subscribers is obviously getting into Donald Trump's head. So hit the subscribe button right now. Also, check us out at patreon.com/MeidasTouch, patreon.com/MeidasTouch, wherever you also get your audio podcasts. Just search MeidasTouch Podcast, subscribe wherever you get your audio podcasts. And I know you'll enjoy those podcasts there. Also, the Legal AF, Political Beatdown, Lights On, and all the MeidasTouch podcasts. Weekend Show, Politics Girl, Burn the Boats. I can go on and on and on. Until next time, I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Now, please hit subscribe on YouTube. It's free.
Lock him up! Indictment season is upon us. Celebrate with the new Indictment Season t-shirt and v-neck exclusively at store.meidastouch.com.